living in, which is the month of Abib in the Bible. But because we have this virus going on and this plague, the Most High said that in the book of Numbers here, that if you be in a situation like we're in now, you can keep it in the next month at the 14th day of the next month, which is now May. Now we got to get the full significance of this feast and service that we're doing. Now, number one, we always honor Jesus Christ by having feet washing communion on the night in which he was betrayed. If you have it any other time, then you're out of order. You can't have it in the daytime. It's in the night in which he was betrayed, because he was very disturbed that night, and he was troubled with the situation that was going on. And he went in the Garden of Gethsemane and he prayed that night. And he gave over his will to the Most High will. And they took him and began to start his trial and end up killing him in the daytime of the 14 days. Now, we're not keeping Gentile time. When I say Gentile time, I'm talking about the time that we use now in our society. We're keeping our testimony, we're keeping the biblical time, and we can find it in the book of Leviticus here. And I want to read it to our listeners, Brother Rick. We find it in Leviticus 23, verse 32. So I want to read that to you so you know what time, how the time works. Now, God's time is from even to even. When one even ends, with the sun going down, another even starts. So I want you to read that to our listeners so they can understand that you can't keep this in the daytime. Some of the saints done start keeping it in the daytime around noon, and that can't be done and get no credit for it. Because he asked us exclusively to do it in the night in which he was betrayed. So we got to stick with what he said, and we can't let nobody take us to another time, because when they take us to another time, we don't get no credit. We have not honored him. So read that to our listeners, Brother Rick, so they can understand.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
Did you hear that? From even unto even. All holy days go from even unto even. Now, the even of the Wednesday this week is going to start Thursday. So Thursday, when the sun go down on Wednesday, we're going to be in on Thursday. Thursday's going to start, and we're going to have the communion on Thursday after the sun go down on Wednesday. Now, let me repeat that again. On Wednesday, when the sun go down, we're going to have feet washing communion, but it's going to be on the beginning of Thursday, because the night comes before the day. He said, for even you celebrate your day, your Sabbath. So remember that again, and I'm going to be commenting again. And plus, we're going to be on probably again tomorrow. probably again Wednesday, because we got to get this in our new members so they understand. Now, some of the older members understand because they've been doing it for a long time. So again, I want to read that one more time. Leviticus 23, verse 32, and I want you to write it down so you know that we're doing not the time that we have now, but we're doing Hebrew time when it comes to the 6 days, God's holy days. So read that one more time.
It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even, from even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
Now that was talking about the Day of Atonement, but it lets you know how the holy days work. See, that way you don't have to afflict your soul right now because that's not the Day of Atonement. But that's how God's days work. That's what He wants you to hear from the Bible. Now remember again, when Wednesday comes at sundown, we're going to be in Thursday. So Thursday night, it's going to be dark out on Thursday. We're going to keep the Lord's Supper.
No, Wednesday night.
In honor of Jesus Christ, our Savior. We're going to be washing feet, and we're going to be taking the cup and the unleavened bread, and we're going to be blessing it, and we're going to give glory unto Jesus Christ, our Savior. He said, do that in remembrance of me, because I had to suffer real bad, and I want you to do it the time I was suffering. Now, somebody that presumptuous jumped up and started doing it at 12 noon. And they made a great mistake. But they can always come back to the regular time because we're going to give them the regular time. So if you're out there and you did it at noon, you got to remember, you got to do it over in honor of Jesus Christ because He did not ask us to do it in the daytime. Now, let's read what He said in the New Testament to let you know what He wants us to do. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter number 11, and the Apostle Paul let us know what we're supposed to do. And what time? He wrote it down in the book of 1 Corinthians. And I want you to go there, Brother Rick.
Yes.
And I want you to go there for me. And I want you to look at verse number 20. Let's look at verse 20 just and read right on down to it.
When you come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat the Lord's Supper. Yeah. For in eating, everyone taketh before other his own supper, and one is hungry, and another is drunken. What? Have ye not houses to eat and to drink in? Or despise ye the church of God, and shame them that have not? What shall I say unto you? Shall I praise you in this? I praise you not. For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Jesus, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me.
Did you hear that? The same night. Now, when you're doing something in the daytime, that's your own supper. See, they was the Corinthian church was mixed up too, like some of our folks are mixed up now. When you do something in the evening, you're at your own supper. You're not the Lord's supper. When you have this at 12 o'clock in the evening, you are having your own supper like they was having their own supper. But Paul had to correct them. Now, if you know somebody that did that, go and tell them that they can do it over Thursday when it gets dark at night.
It's Wednesday, Bishop. It's Wednesday.
Wednesday, at the end of Wednesday, which will be dark at night on Thursday, because that's the dark we come before light, they can do it right. So go tell them that. Go tell them so that when Wednesday, when the sun goes out on Wednesday, you're in Thursday with this biblical time. And they can do it over and be all right if they did it early, if they did it during the day. Help them out. You teach them and help them to show them the right way. We'll help us one to another. Nobody has to say, I can't make a mistake. We all make mistakes, but we can correct them when we get the right information. Now, let's go over this again one more time so you understand. Jesus requested that we would celebrate his suffering, not his resurrection. He didn't say nothing about suffering my resurrection. He says, suffer me in my suffering. In the night when I was betrayed, do this in remembrance of me. So now we got to understand that we're doing it in remembrance of Jesus Christ. Only time we can do it is at the night in which he's betrayed, and if we can't do it in the April, we can do it in May. So somebody's presumption came up and did it at 12 o'clock or something like that in the evening. Well, it didn't work. You got no credit for it. So you can come on back now, because God said you can do it the next month, and you can do it right. And the way you do it right is when Wednesday at sundown is going to start Thursday, and then you can do it in the night in which he was betrayed. So now write this stuff down. Write it down and call your good friends and say, now, Bishop has given us the scripture, but we must do it only at night. Not only that, you can't do it every Sunday. You can't do it anytime you get ready. It's got to be done in a season. He's not asking, it's a memorial of his death. You can't just do it anytime. You got to do it in the season that he was crucified and lost his life for God's people. Gave his blood up, made his mind, said, not my will, but God's will. He done ready to go, you know. So they was watching for him, but he said, Peter fell asleep, but he said, I understand, Peter. The flesh is weak, but the spirit is strong. And you got sleepy. And so I'm not holding that against you, but I'm ready to go. So you got to understand that you can't do it at 12 o'clock. Get that out your mind. Somebody has deceived you, but you're not in serious trouble, because you can do it over again on Wednesday night, which is going to be Thursday when it's dark. When the sun go down on Wednesday, we're going to be washing feet, and we're going to be taking the communion. So now remember that now. We got to get it straight for you. Now we're going to be back on. We're not going to stay on long today, but we're going to be back on tomorrow, talking about it again. We're going to be right on it again. We're going to be probably up until the 7-day Sabbath, which is coming up. And the holy day with the beginning of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which come after this. And we're going to be giving you dates and things. So get your pencil and paper out while wait, give you a chance to get your paper and pencils out. Either your cell phone or whatever way you can record this, so you know what to tell somebody else. Now remember, you can't do it anytime you get ready. It's a memorial supper of Jesus' death in remembrance of him. You can't do it early Sunday morning. You can't do it on first Sunday or first any day. You got to do it the way he asked you to do it. And Paul told you, his church, and he was the apostle, that in the night in which he was betrayed, he said, take bread, take the cup of the New Testament in my blood, and remember of me. And so I want you to understand that. Now, without being hard on you, we're just trying to get you to get back where we was at. You know, and somebody came along and said, now we're going to keep it in the daytime. You can't do it. Don't follow nobody doing that. Tell them that's not the right time, and show them the scripture in the book here of 1 Corinthians chapter number 11, and the reading we read, verse 20, was to show you that when you're doing it the other way, you got your own supper. That's not the Lord's Supper. And that's what they were doing in the book of Corinthians, and Paul had to correct them. So remember that. Now we're going to be giving it to you more and more as we go along, but we want you to do it right. Now we're going to, after that happens, then we go into the first day of unleavened bread, which is going to start at sundown again of the days that will be the high day. So Rick's going to write that to you. He's going to tell you what the high day is right now. And we're going to be back on here teaching on that high day. Now, on the high day, when it starts, there's supposed to be a service that night. And so we'll be back on that night as well. And then in the day, we'll be back on like we're on now with a message too. So he's gonna give you the proper date. And that's gonna get started. So do that for him right now.
Okay, yes. Like Bishop said, and like we're following what the Bible tells us to do here, we're doing it on the night he was betrayed, and that will be this Wednesday, May 6th at even. And we're going to start a live broadcast at 7:30. This Wednesday, May 6th at 7:30. And then on Thursday night, the next night, we're going to be starting the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And we're going to have another broadcast that night, and we'll announce the exact time when it comes closer, but that's when the Feast of Unleavened Bread starts. That's May 7th, Thursday at night, okay? And then it goes all the way to next week, and that'll be May 13th to be the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and we'll have a service probably about noon on that day, and that'll end the Feast of Unleavened Bread this season. So again, the dates are May 6th this week, May 6th. Then May 7th at night starts the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And then what ends the day of the week of the Feast of Unleavened Bread is May 13th. And we probably have a service in the afternoon that day. Again, May 6th, May 7th, and May 13th. Now we probably will have another service on May 8th, which is in the day part of the first day of the yearly Sabbath, the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So again, just go to the site and we'll have all that written out clear for you. But just keep these dates in mind: May 6th, May 7th, May 8th, and May 13th. And we'll have it all on the site for you to review at your leisure.
All right, now, remember again now, we're dealing with biblical time. And biblical time is saying from sundown to sundown, you should celebrate your Sabbath, and even to even, you should celebrate your Sabbath or your day, period. Because that's the way God's days work. They don't work from 12 o'clock to 12 o'clock at night. They work when the sun go down on one day, a new day will start. And remember, days start at night, not in the light part of the day. The day is ending in the light part when you're keeping a day of biblical time. So they start ending after when the sun come up. Then you're going in the end day of the day, into sundown. So remember that. Remember that's very important now, that you understand biblical time. Now, we'll be going back to regular time after the feast is over with, and because that's your business time. But I don't want you to be presumptuous and jump up and do something too early, and I don't want you to jump up and do something too late. So I got to help you. I got to show you what thus says Yahweh, and you have to make everybody prove it to you from the Bible. There's no Bible at all where somebody kept the Lord's Supper at lunchtime or at 12 o'clock. You can't find it nowhere in the Bible. See? Now, the Lord's Supper was a new institution that was instituted by Jesus Christ. It wasn't introduced by Moses. Moses introduced you to the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, but Jesus requested this before he died. And he told his followers, do this for me in remembrance of my death. See, nothing about no resurrection. Somebody jumped up and said he was talking about the resurrection, that he wanted them to remember his resurrection. He said nothing at all in the whole Bible, nothing about a resurrection. He ain't actually remember no resurrection, period. Now, you can't find that in the Bible where Jesus requested you to remember his resurrection. He wants you to remember his death. Praise God. Because his resurrection, he was not dead no longer. So please understand what I'm trying to tell you. And search the scriptures like I told you to do it, and see what the Bible says. Quit listening to all these people who don't know what they're doing right now. Don't listen to them. That's what the Bible told you to search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life. And they are they that testify of me, Jesus says. Do you have that scripture, Brother Rick? Because maybe I'll let somebody make sure where's that in the Bible. So let's help them out and give them the verse and chapter where that's at. Where that's at.
Yes, I got it here.
You can.
That's in John 5:39.
All right, let's go to John 5:39. Now listen to us very carefully now, because you got to remember this stuff. It's easy to remember if you take your time and go over it. Now, what did he say?
Search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me.
There you go. If you want to know something about Jesus, you got to search the Old Testament. That's the scriptures. The New Testament, Jesus is talking about things that was in the Old Testament that's being fulfilled. That's being fulfilled. Now, it's all done by the Spirit of God, but you got to know Jesus in the Old Testament. He's there too. They're all through the Old Testament, the Psalms, the book of Deuteronomy, the book of the 5 books of Moses. He's all over the place. See? But you got to search the scriptures to find out Jesus. He wasn't called Jesus in the Old Testament. He was Melchizedek. You understand? He was Melchizedek in the Old Testament. He was a member of the God family. You know, he was Elohim, which means more than one. He was a partner with his father. I see when he said in the New Testament, I'm equal with my father. You know, he said, I don't deny I'm equal with my father because I was in the Godhead with him. But I was working for him as the high priest and the angel that led him in the wilderness. And I was that rock that Moses told y'all to drink of that rock. Speak to the rock, and the rock would give you something to drink. He wore many different hats in the Old Testament. But you got to search the scriptures in order to get the truth. You can't follow these people that don't know what they're doing, but you can help them to know what they're doing. You ain't got to take their position from them, but you have to teach them how to use their position. Now, come on, listen. Jesus told you that this is a remembrance of me. And then Paul came along and said he told you to do it in the night in which he was betrayed. Now, that's real easy. That's real easy. And if you did it another time, you can do it right. Ain't nothing wrong with doing right when you done done wrong. You know, we all can make mistakes, but you got to do it right. So we on here today, we ain't gonna be on here no long time, but we want you to go to the website and we want you to understand what we're doing. Now, we're going to be coming back on here tomorrow at 1, and then we're going to come back on here the next day at 1. We're just going to be on here the rest of the week up until Saturday, which is the 7-day Sabbath. We're going to be on at 12 o'clock. But and up to the thing, we're going to be right here with you. We're going to take the communion and the bread with you. And we're going to be on here in the night on that when it's dark on Thursday, which is the beginning of Thursday. We're going to be right here with you. And we're going to guide you the right way. Now, if you got any questions.
You got some questions, yes.
We're going to take some questions now.
They want to make sure that they know that we're doing it in our homes. They want me to mention that we're doing it in our homes.
Do it in our houses because we don't want to plague nobody. The doctor said that you got to be safe for his family. You got to be safe for somebody else's family. You can't run around talking about, well, I ain't sick. How you know you ain't sick? Ain't nobody sick gave you no test. You know, you hurting somebody else's family. When you run out here with no mask on and getting it doing things and if you got the plague, you hurt somebody else's family. Why should you destroy somebody else's family? You know? Now you're supposed to put your mask on if you're going out, and you ain't supposed to be staying out all day. You know, you can't be rebellious like these people. Mother plague is still in the land, people are still dying, and nobody know when it's gonna stop but the Most High. And I've told you 1,000 times how the Most High will stop it. But you won't listen to nobody. See? that he sent all those masses up to New York. Well, all them millions of masses, they said they would get all these people together and get rid of this same-sex marriage foolishness and just killing the baby in the womb, then God would stop it immediately. Immediately. It only came because men had went so wicked that God got upset. He told you he was going to get upset. He said, I ain't going to never kill all of you. But if y'all don't do right, I'm going to punish you. And we all being punished. The good, the bad, and the ugly is all being punished. You know, now the ugly, somebody ran out here, don't put no mask on nothing, and hurt somebody else's family. Come on now. When you run out with no mask on, and you got the plague, you hurt somebody else's family. Because this stuff is contagious. You know, come on now. Think about it. You hurt somebody else's family. The medical doctor said that you are hurting his family. So you may not think you're hurting nobody, but you hurt somebody else's family. You know, if you want to be, if you want to get sick, that's your business. Nobody can stop it. But you are hurting somebody else's family when you run out here with no mask on and don't know what's wrong with you now. You ain't had no test, and you're all out rebelling and carrying on. You hurting somebody else's family. That ain't did nothing to you. Ain't did nothing to you. So if you do go out, put your mask on, put your gloves on, and don't be staying out too long. And when you come home, you got to take off the clothes you had on, take your nice shower, wash yourself out, because you're hurting somebody else's family. Now, that ain't fair for you to hurt another person's family who have not done anything to you wrong. But there are people that do that. You know, they don't care about nobody anyway. They do some old dirty stuff, and then they don't care where they tear that dirty stuff at. But you ain't supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be concerned about what's going to happen to the next person. So, I'm telling you, God, nobody know God's mind but him. You know. And so the best thing you do is just to wait on the Lord. You're going to renew your strength. You're going to get it up. But you can stop it immediately. Immediately now. If you can hit the Supreme Court and throw that garbage out and become a conservative court that believes in the Most High word. They ain't gonna take no pledges from you, because he said, do your pledges on your 6 days. They ain't gonna take no sexual fun from you, because you're gonna get a wife and a husband. You ain't gonna be fornicating all over the place. You're gonna get a wife and a husband. A husband and wife gonna get together. So you're gonna still have pledges, sexual pledges. But you're not going to be doing something that the Most High hates. He hates sin. He wrote in his book, if you do this, I'm going to hurt you. He said, I left it as an example that if you do this, I'm going to get you. I'm leaving it as an example. He didn't pull no punches. He wrote it down in his book. If you do this, then I'm going to hurt you. And it's because the last folk that did this made me so bad, man, that I killed everybody but Lot and his 2 daughters. Now, come on. search the scriptures. It's right there in your face, but you just want to lay around and do dirt and do it perpetually. Now, we all have sinned and came short to the glory of God, but you got to quit. You can't keep sinning forever. You got to quit. When you see the light, you got to walk in it. Yeah. There ain't nobody judging you, nothing like that. Don't get that in your mind. That's Satan telling you that. We're just trying to tell you how to get this plague under control. God loves us. He don't want to see you in this situation. But he ain't going to let you bully him with your bad behavior. You may bully somebody else, but he ain't allowing you to bully him with your bad behavior. You know, because this is his world. You living here in his world. And he wants these certain things he wants going on in his world, and certain things he don't want going on in his world. That's common sense. You do it in your house. Certain things you don't want going on in your house, and certain things, and you let people know. You know, I don't care how pretty you are, how smart you are. This is his world. The world don't belong to these sinners and these doubters. They ain't created nothing. If somebody cough in their face, they dead now. If somebody cough in your face with the plague, you're dead. To show you how frail you are, if somebody just cough in your face and you get this plague and can't recover, you're dead. So that alone will let you know how frail you are. See? Now, you know, we're trying to get this plague under control. They're in the lab trying to make something, and they may end up with something. But if they keep on doing what they're doing, where God is told not to do it, is another one gonna hit us. And I believe most folks is ready to change. I don't think most folks want another plague. Country all closed down, stock market down, people lined up in cars 2 miles away trying to get something to eat. I don't think you want more of that. But you got to get with your politicians and let them know that we got to get rid of this stuff. You got to get with your judges. Instead of sending somebody a man, send a million letters. Send a million or two letters to your so-called liberal leaders. And tell them you don't want these laws that they voted for. Come on now. Now, nobody know when this thing gonna stop. It's according to your attitude. It's according to God's mind. But I know he would do it because he said righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. So we do right. That's right, like that let you know God is stopping, because righteousness exalts the nation. But sin is a reproach to any people. Tell the Chinese, Japanese, Europeans, Africans, don't make no difference who you are. God does not like sin. He just don't like it. You can't make the Father like something he don't like. Now, think about it. When you go out, put a mask on, put some gloves on, and when you come home, take the clothes out and clean yourself up so you won't mess up somebody else who ain't did nothing to you. These devils now, they'll hurt somebody that ain't did nothing to them. They're just that hateful. They don't care about nobody but their own lust. They don't care who they hurt. As long as they get their little joy for a second, they almost will kill somebody. Come on now. Put your mask on. Put your gloves on. Wash yourself up when you come in. And pray to God and tell him, Lord, I don't want what's going on. And if, please stop it. And if enough of us do that, and with letters to our politicians, the Father will hear us, and he'll stop it. Now, we got to fool around it with these people, and it'll be another year, maybe, before it stops. Trying to find something cute, and the cute is then being obedient to the Most High. That's the cute. Now, come on. You don't go out there and all these people, they talking about letting them all out, and there's going to be so many deaths. Already got done almost 70,000 people that died. It's in something like that. So is there any other questions, Brother Rick? Because I'm going to cut down now.
No, that's it. Just that the dates, and I'll put the dates up. The dates are, I'll get a date.
Put the dates up, and then we're gonna be right back. We're gonna be teaching. So don't tell somebody that this was was quick. But go tell somebody to listen to this message I had today, and tell them to listen to me tomorrow. Go do some missionary work, and you would to listen to me. And help somebody. So we're going to see you later now. We thank God for you. We going to be right back tomorrow now. And I want you to listen to us. And then we're going to be all the way up into the 7-day Sabbath. And we'll be on the 12th day and every other day at 1. And then we're going to be all during the week of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We're going to purge out the old leaven, that we may be a new lump. And leaven represents sin. So we'll see you later. We love you. If you got a question, you can call Brother Rick, or you can call me at my phone number, and he'll give you that as he closes out. Thank you, Brother Rick. Thank you very much. And I'll see y'all later. God bless you.
All right. God bless you too, Bishop. Thank you. I'll get the dates out one more time, but I will post them on the site. Again, May 6th at 7:30 is when we're going to have the Lord's Supper. But you're going to keep it in your home. But you're going to tune in to the live broadcast. We're going to do it together. Then on May 7th at night is when the Feast of Unleavened Bread begins, and we're going to have another broadcast. I'll put the time on the site. Also on May 8th, we'll have a broadcast around probably noon, because that's the day part of the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the high Sabbath, the yearly Sabbath. Then, of course, we have May 9th, which is the regular weekly Sabbath, and we have a broadcast then, as we always do, at noon. And then next week, on May 14th, That'll be the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread at daytime, and we'll have another broadcast then probably around noon. Again, all these dates will be posted on the site. Again, this Wednesday, May 6th, that night, is the feast, it's the Lord's Supper and feet washing. And then May 7th, that night, begins the Feast of Unleavened Bread. It's a high Sabbath. You shall do no manner of work. And then on May 8th, it's a light part of it, and we'll have a broadcast then. And then going into next week, we'll have a broadcast on maybe at night, May 13th, and at the daytime on May 14th. And of course, we always have our weekly Sabbath broadcast, which this week will be May 9th. All right, again, I'll put all that on the site, so it'll hopefully be clear. I'll put the dates and the times on the site. And just stay tuned for that. You can go to Facebook as well. And thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Hope it was clear. If it wasn't, just feel free to text me, go onto the site, ask the question, the contact form at the bottom of the page, and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. My number is 513-443-2090. And if you want to contact Bishop, just contact me, and I'll see if if I can answer it. If not, then I'll tap you into Bishop. All right? All right, until next week, or until next time, sorry. Until next time, which will be tomorrow. Peace. Have a great day. Have a happy day, and be blessed. We love you, and peace.